Amy, 11, becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew, hoping to join them, her femininity defying her family traditions. I feel like I'm on the FBI watch list just saying that. If you don't know what summary that was from, that is a plot summary of Cuties, a movie that is coming to Netflix on September 9th. Or was. I don't know if they took it down already. They probably have. Now, I'm the first person to be like, everybody's not a pedo. It's not that serious. If you look into it, you can just figure this is one of those times where I'm just like, no. When I first saw this, I immediately threw up in my mouth. I was that disgusted. I had a whole live stream about this yesterday, complaining about how disgusting this is. It's not even... Okay, I can understand if we're talking about, hey, this is wrong, but this happened to someone, so we're just sharing this person's experience, explaining how it's wrong. No, this movie is marketed as if this is normal, or she's escaping her traditions so she can be like feminine, she's becoming a woman and growing into her own. The 11-year-old is doing that. That's how it's coming off. On top of that, I'm not just over-exaggerating here. In the trailer, which made me sick, there are several times where I almost, and sometimes definitely, see these girls' underwear. These aren't actors that are just really short. That's not what's happening. The actor playing these are actual children, and that's what you're actually seeing in this movie. It's disgusting. You see them twerking, you see little girls doing inappropriate things. And this isn't about, because they're dancing. I don't care. There are many dances, hip hop, jazz, tap. There are many dances that can and are appropriate for a child. Children like to move around. That's a normal thing. Dancing with children, fine. That is okay. Twerking is not a dance. It is literally the act of shaking your butt. Specifically because it is attractive to some people. And for children to do that, we all know the type of people who are attracted to that. This is gross. This whole thing is disgusting, and I'm so irritated this is even there, and that the dumb bitch who made it, like, she's doing a good job. Like, this is great. Like, this should be like a clap on the back. I did good job, right? This is blatant exploitation of children. On top of that, you're not donating to no funds. You're not trying to make that better. You're not trying to change the climate. You're not trying to do anything positive. You're just like, haha, this is a movie that will blow their minds and I can make money off of it. Because you're straight up making money off of these literal panty shots of children. This is gross. This is gross. This dumb bitch doesn't understand. You don't know who was behind the camera looking at you. You don't even know the people around you. I don't even want to think the thought, but somebody could have just been like getting off to that as they were reviewing the movie. You don't know. That's the point of you not fucking doing that. I don't know how she's trying to be like, this is a commentary on, how we bring up children and what we see as, like, you're trying to make a commentary on something that you're doing. That doesn't make any sense. When you're trying to start a conversation about something, showing examples is understandable. Showing this actually happens is understandable. Doing the act itself and then just saying, we shouldn't do this anymore. But you're trying to normalize and sexualize children, and that's what's happening here. I've looked into it. I've watched trailers. I've watched the little clips I can. I've watched interviews of this bitch, which I will leave in the description below. All you're doing is making a movie over sexualizing children and basically saying, well, what you're supposed to take away from the movie is that kids are just over sexualized like this and they shouldn't be. Or you're supposed to take away from the movie this, that, and the third. I'm like, I don't care what I'm supposed to be taking away from the movie. You're still exploiting these children. I don't care what you think the movie should have been. You're exploiting these children. This, by the way, this wasn't a slip up from Netflix, because the description I read to you at the beginning of this video, that was the original. They changed it. They changed the description of it on the trailer on YouTube and the description on actual Netflix. Why are you changing it if there's nothing wrong with it? Why are you changing it if you didn't know what you were doing? What is this? This reminds me of like Toddlers and Tiaras or Dance Moms. You have kids either being made to make adult decisions or being asked to make make adult decisions and also being forced to do things they truly do not want to do. Kids dancing, that's fun, that's great. Kids dancing for an older audience in skimpy clothing, you have to question that. You have to question that. There's really not a lot of regulations and things like that in these types of scenarios anyways, and it's wrong. It shouldn't be a thing. It would have been smarter to talk about this in a totally different way. And I know that I believe the creator said that a lot of it's drawn from her personal life. And this is why we need therapy. Because if you don't get therapy, you try to rationalize and understand things like this. When really, if you get therapy, you realize this was wrong. I need to be actively seeking to make this not even a thing anymore. People shouldn't go through this. Children shouldn't go through this. They had to put those child actors through that. Do you get what I'm saying? Even if she's like, well, the whole point of it is that it's wrong. Even if she says that, it doesn't matter because you just put these children actors through that. Through disgusting dance moves, poses, behaviors. Now they have to talk about the movie. Now they have to understand the movie. They had to understand the feelings, the emotions behind it. You had to tell them things that you should not be exposing them to these types of things. Not a 10-year-old. Not a 10-year-old. It's gross and disgusting, and I probably will make a full-length video about it, but today, right now, I just need to say this because it's gross. There's a lot of stuff that I can be like, no, you're reaching, no, this is too much, you don't understand, but this is one of those things where it's like, this is universally disgusting, and in no way, shape, or form should any society see this as normal. There are a lot of things that are part of our culture, and I'm not trying to make this one of them.